Welcome, everybody, to the first course vlog of off-season 4. Wanted to give you guys some insight on the swing and some of the improvements. So here we go. First hole at Cultus Lake here. This was playing, I think, 180-something yards. To be honest, I didn't scope anything. I just know it's a fade 6-iron. And landed great. As you guys can see, the swing is looking very different and just a much bigger progression from where we were at. Hole number 2 here. This is playing 145. We're just going to hit like a high cut 9-iron in there because the pin is basically the top of a ridge that if you know, it's just tough to get up and down. However, we get up and down for birdie on this one. Very solid. Very, very solid. Moving on to hole number 3 here. Now, this is 193 yards. Was going with the 6-iron again and just kind of wiped this. And just not a great swing. So what I've been doing actually is, during my practice, I take another swing right after to try and see if I can do the swing I had intended to just build that feel. And this second swing was much better. Obviously, we're going to play the first ball every time, but it's just good as a practice to get those good swings in. Now, with that, we have this wedge shot that is a decent away from the green, but really good with the lob wedge. Just get it in there. And the putter has just been absolutely unreal. I think this is the first offseason where we haven't had to start it with a what the fuck are we doing with the putter? So that feels really good. Hole 4 here, just 4-iron. This is a par 4. Just pulled this one a bit left. Actually hit it decent, but just a bit left. It caught a branch, so we're behind the tree. So with that, I'm going to re-tee another one because I want to get that feeling of what a good one would be, and this one was absolutely perfect. High fade down the middle. Again, we're going to play the first ball, but always just good to get those extra reps in to get the feeling of the swing change we're trying to make. This was a 6-iron from 192 yards. Just seems like this same yardage keeps popping up for me today. And we roped that onto the green, had this lag putt. It actually was the right line. And probably if I gave it another, gave it some more speed, could have made it, but can't hate with the tap-in par, especially on this hole. This is handicap 1 hole for the course, so I'll take it. Next, we have another par 4, pulled out driver here, and just hitting the kind of stock fade. Been working a lot on this with my coach, just teeing it up a little lower, just hitting like a very controlled fade out there. This left us with 84 yards to the pin, pulled out the lob wedge, and just kind of threw it up and high right at it, and this was a great shot. Actually went a little deep, and left us with this downhill putt that was going left to right, just ever so slightly. And the greens have been so pure here lately. Putts are just rolling. Obviously, the putter's doing well, but that was a great birdie to make. So now we're 2 under through here. This hole's a bit of an interesting adventure. Tried to rope this one really low and just kind of leaked it out to the right. Didn't top it, but it just wasn't great. This is a par 5, so we're going to hit a re-tee and just see if we can kind of rope it better. This one was higher, not as low and ropey as I wanted. I think I might, I don't know, just can't hit this hybrid as low and ropey as I could hit the previous model. Anyway, it's a par 5, so we, just roping the 5-iron here around the corner, which left us with this shot. And as I swung, I went backwards on the hill and slipped a little and just completely shoved it into the woods, but got a wicked tree bounce. So we're still in the fairway. This is now our 4th shot, and I just whiffed this chip. I didn't rotate enough. Been working a lot on this with my coach. And, decent contact, but just not the right motion. But, man, the putter is just so good at erasing mistakes. And that's 2 mistakes on this 9 so far that just have been erased by the putter. Short par 3 here. This was, I think, 90 yards or maybe less, 88. I can't remember exactly right now. And just brought this in too low, and it skipped through the green. So, again, we're going to re-tee, and we're going to hit it exactly what we want to hit. These player B swings are meant to kind of help just build the motion, and it's not as a crutch. It's just meant to be a good learning exercise. Here's our first ball, and short game, I remembered to rotate through it, and that was a really good chip. Lipped out. That was so dicey. But tap and par, and we escape. Next hole here, 94 yards. We're going with lob wedge again because I hit it long on that previous par 4, and so I figured, okay, this would be a good yardage. This ended up just being actually even a little deeper than I thought, but left us with a pretty straightforward putt and just missed this on the left-hand side. Just pulled it a hair. Again, short putt. It's fine. We clean this up for par, and we move on, which all in all, pretty happy. This was a great one. So this is actually a par 4. This is probably playing 220 today. 4-iron draw right at it. You know, this is basically a long par 3. It's not really a par 4, but I look at it like if I was playing a par 5, this would be my second shot in, and I try and use that as a way to kind of learn my par 5 scoring. So because this is a par 4, this would be my putt for eagle. I really took a good look at this. It's tough to see from this camera angle, but I'm actually on a slope, and the putt is going left to right, but there's just a lot to kind of take in. This green is super pure because it gets a lot of sunlight, so I was kind of banking on the fact that I was going to get a good roll, and this was just money. Center cut, exactly what we want. Hole 10 here, we got a couple holes left. This one, just hitting a nice 4-iron out there. You know, sometimes I'll try and take it over the trees. The wind was a little dicey today, so, and I'm really honestly getting comfortable with my wedge game. Like these shots right here used to be very scary for me, and I'm feeling really good about them. This one, man, I just needed this to land 2 yards further, and that would have chased up that hill, which would have released and then given me a shorter putt, but that's fine. This putt here, so close. Oh, it just dove right at the end. I thought I had that the whole way. But that's all right. Another par. I'll take it. We got driver here on hole 11, and this was just absolute money. Now, it's tough to see on camera because, you know, it kind of took away some of the fog, but it was so foggy I couldn't really see anything, so I was listening to hear it land to make sure it was okay. We had just a short wedge in here. I couldn't even gun the yardage because the fog was kind of killing the rangefinder. We had a short little putt here, and normally this green really snakes the putts, and so I played it just a little more on the high side and didn't. But that's fine. Just, again, another close one, but normally this green just really like snakes those putts, so that's fine. And then last hole here, hole 12, I just kind of go, my new strategy here is to kind of go gap wedge and either gap wedge again or pitching wedge. I couldn't zip the yardage because of the fog, so I just guessed that it was a full pitching wedge to the back there, and which left us with this putt. And I thought I had this read perfectly, and right off the face I knew I was going to miss it low, and then I thought I almost got it, but then I lipped out. But anyway, guys, this is some quick golf from me. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and as you guys can see, the swing has made a lot of progress. There's a lot of great things, and you know, we're just going to keep working on these fundamentals, cleaning up the game. Obviously, there are a couple scary points in there, but other parts of my game are able to compensate, and we're getting way better than we were. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you on the next one.